Good morning. Welcome to this morning Energizer practice. We're going to start in child's pose this morning. So you can take either knees together or bring them apart. So go for the one that feels really comfortable for you. Bring your arms to a comfortable position. You could stack the arms in front of you, rest the head. And then close the eyes down. And in this opening position, notice how the floor in front of you increases the sound of the inhale and the exhale. Let the sound of your breath be the anchor for your mind. Feel the belly rising and falling, gently pressing into the thighs. And perhaps you can feel here the breath moving into the back of the ribs. Notice whether that sensation in the back is available at the start, the middle, or the end of your inhalation. My teacher talks about yoga being a process of action, reflection, and then connection. And lengthen the arms forwards, active arms. Bring the knees a little wider if they're not there already. And walk the hands around to the left side of the mat. Maintaining shoulder distance. Slide the right hand further away from you as you squeeze right glute to right heel. Finding that connection between palm of hand and floor, butt and heel. And come through center and take that over to the right hand side. Hands are off of the mat, left hand slides forwards, left butt squeezes down to left heel as you increase sensation through left side of body. Finding that connection to the stretch all the way through that left hand side. Come over to the middle, walk it up to tabletop position, bring the knees behind the hips, lower to the mat, drawing the heel of the hands down to the toes. Stack the forearms on the mat, elbows under shoulders, arms as wide as shoulders, and then find posterior pelvic tilt here, so tuck tailbone under, activate glutes. Inhale, draw the arms towards you, squeeze the navel up towards the ceiling, ribs follow, gaze follows. Exhale, push the mat away, curl the chin to chest, rounding up through upper back, hips lift. And repeat. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears on that inhale. As you exhale, find that protraction through shoulder blades, broadening. Hips rise. And then come back to the inhale. Last inhale. And exhale. And when you've completed that round of breath, push back up to tabletop position. Go ahead and step your right foot through, knee over ankle. Raise the arms, lift the pelvis. Good, reach up through the arms. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the bent knee, thumbs to ceiling. Switch on the back glutes. As you exhale, take the back hand beyond the back toes, front palm flips. Gaze past the lifted fingers. If you switch on the back glutes a little more, does that give you the confidence to move deeper into this pose? As you exhale, bring the front hand down, reach the top arm up. Feel connection through bottom hand to lift and lengthen through top arm. Exhale, bring two hands down to frame the front foot. Coming on to steepled fingers here, or if you need a little bit more height, grabbing your blocks. Rock the hips back, keeping the front foot down as you push into the front foot, lengthening out through the front leg. Inhale, let the front knee extend past the toes. Curl the ribs up, switch on back glutes. Exhale, rock it back. Options here to lift the ball of the front foot, drawing that towards you. But rather than trying to send the hips back, keep the fingers where they are, plug them in, and try and just lengthen and straighten that front leg. Good. Inhale, rock it forwards. Knee over ankle, back glutes engage, ribs lift. Exhale. Inhale, front knee stacks over the ankle. Bring that front knee to meet the back knee. Tabletop position. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Left leg steps forwards. Knee over ankle to start. We'll work the hips back on the exhale. Push the foot away to lengthen the leg. Be really mindful that the hips stay level. Good. As you come forward, the knee shoots past the ankle, the ribs lift, back glutes squeeze, and reverse. Got that option to lift the ball of the foot. Just remember that muscles are gonna feel a lot tighter in the morning. So don't necessarily expect yourself to go as deep into your poses, particularly if it's an early morning practice. Last time to rock it back. As you come forwards, that knee stacks over the ankle. Okay, this time we're going to raise the arms. And twist towards that bent knee. Send the two arms away from each other. Lift and squeeze through back glutes to send you into a little back bend here. Top arm reaches up. Look up. Exhale, bring the front arm down. Reach the top arm up. Okay, go ahead and bring 2 hands down. Step the knees side by side. Turn that into your first downward facing dog. Knees are soft. And it's a nice active down dog. Pedaling out through the heels. And if you've done my hamstring strength video in the under 30 section, then you might have had a practice with bending the knees and then trying to straighten the legs, keeping the belly and thighs connected for as long as possible. We're going to do 2 more of those. So heavily bend the knees, thighs and belly connected for as long as possible to lift the hips, and then lengthen the heels, belly and thigh come apart. One last time. Good. Go ahead and walk the feet to the center of the mat. Feet hip width apart, the hands walk back to meet the feet. Right hand stays down, left hand comes to left hip. Bend through right knee, lengthen through the whole of the left leg up into the hip. Turn your ribs to face the top shoulder. And now options to lift the top arm. Can you slide that left thigh crease back a little more to find a deeper stretch? Exhale, release. Inhale, the opposite side. Right hand to right hip. Left knee bends. Right leg lifts and lengthens. And you look up past your top shoulder, opening the ribs to the ceiling. Top arm lifts. Use the connection through the bottom hand to lift up and find space. Exhale. Release 2 hands down. Roll up to stand. Bring the hands to touch. And step forwards to the top of the mat. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. You decide if you want to use the knees to lower or not, drawing yourself down to the mat. Inhale, we'll find cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push your seat to your heels. And then raise the seat to the ceiling for downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, look forwards. Walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Roll up or hinge up, raising the arms overhead, breathing in. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to your plank. Lower through full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forwards. Walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up or hinge up. Arms reach up. You breathe in. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump. Working through your chaturanga. Pull those hands to the feet to lower with control. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to the sound of your breath here. Inhale, raise the right heel towards the ceiling, keeping those hips completely level. And then point through the toes, lift the leg, the hip begins to open. Equal connection through both hands to keep the armpits level. Bend lifted knee, let that foot drop behind the opposite thigh as you open. Equalize the pressure in the hands. Draw that knee forwards, tap the back of the right elbow, and then lower the shin diagonally across the mat. Walk the back toes away from you. So find as much length as you can. Left hip coming down towards the floor. Hips stay level. Back toes untuck. Come up onto steepled fingertips. And as you inhale, press the belly button forwards, lift through the collarbones. And as you exhale, curl the chin to chest, bring the forearms to the floor, round the upper back. You can really push the floor away with the forearms. Inhale, draw the body forwards as you rise up onto fingertips, curling the spine towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest, forearms to the floor, protract the shoulder blades, draw the navel back and up. Last time. Inhale, draw the weight forwards, rise onto fingertips, lift through sternum. Exhale, forearms down, chin to chest, navel back and up. Inhale, come back onto the palms of the hands, tuck the back toes, lift the knee. We're going to step straight back into three-legged dog, right leg lifting. Bend through that knee, take big circles through that kneecap. Both directions. And then place that foot down. Left foot lifts, leading with the heel, hips working to stay level. As you point the toes and let the hip open, leg lift, we're finding equal connection through both hands. Top foot drops behind the opposite hip. And now work to keep those armpits level with the floor. Draw that lifted knee forwards, tap the back of the left elbow, lower the shin to the mat, slide your back toes away from you. Have a very squeaky mat today. Keep walking that leg away until you've come as low as you can into this pigeon pose. Untuck toes. Fingertips are steepled. Draw the navel forwards, lift through sternum, collarbones and gaze. Exhale, chin to chest, forearms to floor, navel to spine. Two more flows, working with your breath. Come back onto the palms of the hands. Tuck the back toes under until the kneecap can lift. Step it back, three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Push through the hands to find that lift. Bend the knee. Big smooth circles in both directions. Lower that foot. Lower two knees down to the mat. Sit back on your heels, kneeling position. Reach the arms out in front of you. Externally rotate hands and then internally rotate. Keep the arms still, just moving through the wrists. Okay, and the next time they come in, wrap the fingers to the palms, thumbs on top, knuckles down. Press arm bones forwards. As you inhale, make stop signs. Increase the wrinkles in the back of the wrist. Spread the fingers and thumbs really wide. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Press through the heel of the hands for 4, 3, 2, 1. Flick water from the fingers. Fast as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your box position, please. From box position, cross the calves behind you, roll over, and lengthen the legs out in front of you. Let's cross the right leg over the left, or right thigh, hugging that heel in towards you. You want both hips, both glutes to be firmly connected with the floor. So if you wrap the left leg to mirror the right and that right hip can't stay down, then I'd like you to lengthen that bottom leg back out. Looking at the knees, they're stacked over each other. From here, raise the left arm. You're going to externally rotate that arm, sending the armpit, inner elbow, wrist and palm away. And then internally rotate. Externally rotate. And internal. External. Good. And internal. Pausing in internal rotation, take the fingertips down the length of the spine. Use the opposite hand to encourage more length through the top arm. And then magnetize bottom rib down towards the pelvis. Sweep right arm round. And rather than searching for a grip of the fingers, if the hands do come to touch, shoot the fingers beyond each other, using the mobility in the shoulders to access this pose rather than the strength in the arms. Last breath here. Release the arms. Bring the thumbs into the thigh creases. Press down and back. Lengthen and hinge forwards any amount. And when you've reached your maximum range, release the hands. Curl the chin to chest. Breathe here. Notice how the action of the body pressing into the thighs forces the breath into a different part of the chest cavity. Rise up, walk those hands towards you. If the left leg has wrapped, unwrap it and stack the sole of the right foot on the outside of that left leg. Good. You're going to take a soft grip with inner elbow and knee, left arm. Begin to turn towards the right side of your mat. Raise the right arm up. Good. Finding external rotation as you sweep the arm back, tap the fingers to the mat. And then internal rotation as you bring it forwards. Make your outstretched leg nice and active. Working through that internal, external rotation right from the head of the humerus all the way down into the palm of the hand. Next time the arm comes forwards, that's our last. And you can release. Unravel the legs. We're going to take that through the opposite side. So left heel comes round to the right hip. Looking at the knees, trying to stack those knees. Now you decide whether it works for your body to wrap the bottom leg. We're looking for the outside part of this glute here to sit down onto the floor, so you don't feel like you're wobbling off to one side. It's right arm rises. Externally rotate from armpit, inner elbow to palm. Internally rotate. Twice more. As you internally rotate this time, let the fingertips make their way down the spine. Opposite hand comes up to lift. And then you need to do the work to draw the ribs back down to the hips. Left arm sweeps around, either just reaching towards the fingers or beyond the fingers. So let yourself reflect on how this feels in comparison to the opposite side. More challenging, less. Release the arms, thumbs into thigh creases, push down and back, and you hinge. So it feels like a halfway lift, the back stays long. You're reaching collarbones past the knees, and then when you need to pause, release the arms. Relax the body down towards the knees. And connect with the breath in the back body, same way we did in our opening child's pose. Noticing where you start to feel that breath in the back. Is it the start, middle, or end of the inhale? Last breath here, please. Rising up, bottom leg lengthens, toes to ceiling, top foot stacks, and we take that grip between inner elbow and knee, so opposite hand or opposite arm to knee. Lift up, sit tall. Raise the left arm. Work into external rotation as you sweep the arm back. Maintain external rotation until you have to turn it into internal rotation and come forwards. And then next time the arm comes forwards will be our last. Good. Uncross both legs and scoot yourself down to the front edge of the mat. Have your feet hip width apart. Reach the arms forwards. Maintain connection through the feet throughout as you articulate through the spine and lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Push the feet away and let the feet be your anchor point. Once the back lands, draw the right knee in towards you. Lengthen the left leg along the mat, toes to ceiling. Bring the hands behind the thigh, lengthen the leg towards the ceiling. So it might be that the leg is like at a 90-degree angle, it might be more 45-degree, but working to a straight leg. Now bring the right thumb into the right thigh crease and draw that lifted leg across your body, using the bottom hand somewhere under the leg. Bicep can come to the floor, using that bottom arm as a kickstand for the leg. Looking at your foot, the instep is facing the floor. You can play with the angle of the foot to increase the stretch all the way down through the outside of the right leg and hip. Push that leg away, draw it up to center. Bring left hand to left hip, right hand to outer right thigh. And we're going to go the other way, so opening the leg away from the left leg. You can slide the hand anywhere along the outside of that right leg, bicep on the floor, using that arm as a kickstand. And again, angling the foot to find the stretch. The closer the leg comes up towards the head, the more stretch you might feel. So you decide. Bend that knee. Draw the knee in towards you, wrap and squeeze. Bring the left knee up to join it, wrap and squeeze both knees. Right leg lengthens, toes to ceiling, leg on the floor. Begin to straighten that left leg, bringing the hands somewhere behind the left leg as a support. Now ideally the shoulder blades would be resting down into the mat. Lengthen through lifted heel. Good. Bring left thumb into left thigh crease. Start to draw the leg across the body, supporting the leg with the bottom hand. So the hips roll slightly to bring the leg across. So now my right toes are no longer facing the ceiling. Good. Flex that foot, angle the foot to find your stretch. Inhale, lift the leg. Right hand to right hip. Left hand to the outside of the left thigh as it begins to open, using the bottom arm to support the leg as much or as little as you need. Good. Right leg here is active, toes to ceiling. Good. The closer that leg comes up towards your gaze, more stretch you're likely to feel. Keep pressing down through right hip. Raise the leg, draw it in, wrap and squeeze. Two knees drawn in towards you. Circle the knees. Both directions. Set the feet down wide on the mat, knees roll into one another. Bring the hands onto the belly. Close the eyes down. Come back to the sound of your inhale and exhale. Let's remind ourselves of that opening reference. Yoga is a process of action. reflection, connection. Take a moment to reflect on how this practice has served you this morning. Ask yourself, how can I connect the benefits of my yoga practice to the rest of my day, to the relationships that I engage in throughout this day? Become more fully aware of the sounds outside of the room you're in. The sounds within the room. The sound of your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And gradually make your way to a seated position. Connect the palms. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.